University.
Bukidnon State University is a special place for teaching and learning. Its vision is to become a premier institution of innovative and ethical leaders for sustainable development. Its mission: the university shall primarily provide advanced education, higher technological, professional instruction, and training in the fields of education, arts and sciences, public administration, information technology, accountancy, law, and other relevant fields of study. It shall also promote research and extension service and provide progressive leadership in its areas of specialization. BukSU Quality Policy. Bukidnon State University is committed to produce globally competitive and responsible graduates through excellent instruction, responsive research, sustainable extension, and quality production for the highest satisfaction of its stakeholders. Bukidnon State University. Educate, innovate, lead.
DXBU 104.5 FM.
This is 104.5
DXBU 104.5.
Paminaw, paglantaw o pakigduyog. Karon atong balikan ang mga igting nga kaagi ug mga daghang nahisgutan dinhi sa programang Share to Heal Season 2 nga adunay napulo ka episodes.
We remain to be normal in spite of the abnormal.
Yung hinahanap namin na protection para plus yung the individual ways malalagay sa atin.
Ubanini sa pagsugod sa bag-ong season sa Share to Heal nga adunay mga bag-ong tema ug mga naglinyang mamumulong nga bisita. Mahisgutan man ang mental health, paingon sa personal growth ug mga mahinungdanong issue sa katilingban, masakop na tanan. Paminaw, pakigduyog, ug atangi ang bag-ong season sa Share to Heal. Maglanog-lanog matag Miyerkules, alas 9 hangtod alas 10 sa buntag, diri lang sa DXBU 104.5 FM ug Facebook Live. Ang mga nagkalain-laing mga hisgutanan aron kita tanan makaambit sa saktong impormasyon. Kini ang pag-ambitay daw ag kaulian, Share to Heal Season 3.
And Miss Joanna Ruth Paloma, pag-ambitay daw ag kaulian, Share to Heal.
Alright, good morning. Higala maayong buntag kamo nagapaminaw sa pag-ambitay daw ag kaulian, Share to Heal Season 3 Goes Blended. Ako si Lorenzo B. Dinalayan III sa College of Public Administration and Governance o usa-usab ka direktor sa Student Leadership and Development Unit. To all our radio listeners and our FB viewers, mayada aldaw kanoy alan. Ma'am Jo, kumusta ka di ikaw?
Okay ada, Sir Enz. Maayad haal daw inyo alan to our listeners and our viewers. Welcome back from our 9-day break. Diba? Taas-taas yun ang atong break. Karong adlaw atong pagahisgutan ang Voice of the Future, post-processing of barangay and SK elections. Ako si Joanna Ruth Sario-Paloma sa College of Arts and Sciences and also from the Information Unit. Greetings to our Smart University President, Dr. Joy M. Mirasol, Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Hazel Jean M. Abuela, Vice President for Administration and Finance, Mr. Dante S. Victoria Jr., VP for Culture, Arts, Sports, and Student Services, Dr. Lincoln Vitan, and VP for Research, Extension, and Innovations, Dr. Karina Joanne V. Barroso. To all the Smart BukSU employees and students, to all our active listeners of BukSU-dxBU 104.5 FM, and our viewers sa atong FB Live. Maayad ha aldaw inyo alan.
Kamo nagapaminaw sa tulumanon nga pag-ambitay daw agkaulian, Share to Heal Season 3 Ghost Blended.
Sa pag-ambitay ug paghiusa, kalambuan makabuta.
Pag-ambitay daw agkaulian, Share to Heal Season 3 Ghost Blended is a university-wide extension program of Bukidnon State University, the City of Malaybalay, and the 2nd Congressional District of Bukidnon, with our program leader no less than the President, Dr. Joy Emirasol, our project leader, Dr. Karina Joan V. Barroso, and our extension director, Dr. Gemaline B. Paulican.
Mga higala, pinaagi sa DXBU 104.5 FM, your educational and community-based radio station of Bukidnon State University. Inyong makita ug mapaminawan ang atong live stream, FB live stream sa DXBU 104.5 FM. Kini nga programa inyong madunggan matag Miyerkules, alas 9 hangtod alas 10 sa buntag, ug atong batasanon ang pagpaminaw ni ining programa nga gahatod kanato sa mga impormasyon alayon sa lahi-lahi nga mga dimensyon.
Alright. Sa dili pa nato hingpit, Ma'am Jo, no? Nga pagasugdan kining atong programa. Of course, ato usang abi-abihon, ato usab nga himamaton ang atong mga suking tigpaminaw sa DXB 104.5 FM. Labi na gyud sa ato ang extension ng project. Kay kung dili usab tungod kanila, maglisod gyud kita, no? Way maminaw nato. So alang sa ato mga jeepney, mga multicab and rela drivers, mga tindera, Ma'am Jo, o mga tindero tingali sa mga merchandises, gani on my way to Bukidnon State University, I have heard a couple of merchandises nga gapaminaw usab kanato. Mga karinderya, I believe na naapay na late karon nagapamahaw usab. Mga restaurants, og I think one of our biggest viewers and listeners, Ma'am Jo, kaning dinhigit sa atong public market, galanog-lanog ta.
Yes.
Sa tanan taga-merkado o sa matag panimalay, uban usab kanato ang mga magtutudlo estudyante sa Bukidnon State University, uban pang mga estudyante o mga magtutudlo nga naa sa taggalain-laing nga tulunghaan. And of course, special greetings, Ma'am Jo, sa ako ang opisina gikan, sa among Vice President, si OVP CAS, Dr. Lincoln Ditan, uban usab ang ako ang mga kauban sa akong opisina sa Student Leadership and Development. Good morning og maayong buntag kanatong tanan.
Yeah, so murag na-mention naman kita na ni Sir Enz, no, ang iyang dapat i-greet. Ako usang i-greet ang akong mga kauban diha sa Language and Letters Department, no, most especially sa among chairperson, Dr. Salome L. Escalona, and our CAS Dean, Dr. Maribel G. Valdez. Of course, from Information Unit, headed by our Information Officer 3, Mr. Rodrigo Bolivar III. And of course, sa mga staff diha nga kanunay nakatune in every time mag-share to heal na. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Of course, Ma'am Jo, last episode, atong gihisgutan ang barangay and SK elections. Usani sa murag music para kanako personally, no? Politics and elections.
Bagay gyud kaani, Sir Enz ba?
Mo na nga, I become even more excited, Ma'am Jo, to listen with our speaker who will be introduced later. So we will be listening, we will be interacting with our speaker on the do's and the don'ts. Gani, last time, and kauban ang atong election officer sa Valencia, si Attorney Emmanuel Aves Ibarle. O kini ang mga highlights sa atong episode 4.
Paminaw, paglantaw ug pakigduyo. Nasayran nato sa miagi nga episode sa Share to Heal Season 3 ang hisgutanan bahin sa barangay and SK elections do's and don'ts nga gipasabot og isulti ni Attorney Emmanuel Aves Ibarle, ang City Election Officer sa siyudad sa Valencia, Bukidnon, kung unsa ang mga lihok nila sa COMELEC mahitungod sa pagpangandam sa moabutay nga eleksyon ug kung unsa ang dapat ug dili dapat buhaton sa mga mudaganay nga kandidato, sa mga mobotar ug sa election staff nga mutabang sa mga PWDs ug senior citizen. Iyaha usab sa mga rason nga pwede isumbong ang usa ka kandidato ug asa pwede magsumbong pinaagi sa usa ka QR code na kung asa nimo isulti or ibatbat ang imong mga nasaksihan. Iyaha usab isulti ang duha ka committees, ang anti-EPAL ug kontra-bigay, ug kung unsa ka importante ang mga teachers ug mga botante para sa COMELEC Ug matud pa ni Attorney Barley nga dili nato himuong kinaiya ang pagdawat o pagpanghatag og kwarta matag eleksyon. Ang anti-buying, anti-selling, and anti-epal kinahanglanon nga ipatuman. Paminaw, pakigduyog o atani ang bagong season sa Share to Heal maglanog-lanog matag Miyerkules, alas 9 hangtod alas 10 buntag diri lamang sa DXBU 104.5 FM o Facebook Live ang mga nagkalain-lain ng hisgutanan aron kita tanan makaambit sa saktong impormasyon. Kini ang Pag-ambitay daw ag kaulian, Share to Heal Season 3.
Daghan kayong salamat ni Anang recap of our episode 4 ug kami nanghinaot gayud nga daghan kamog nakuha no ug nakatabang katong maong programa alang sa barangay ug SK elections. Ug dako kayo atong pasalamat sa BukSU administrators nga gipangunahan sa atong presidente Dr. Joy Emirasol kauban ang atong mga vice presidents. Daghan kayong salamat ni Ana. Ug karon, let's watch this video message nga ihatag kanato sa atong Vice President for Academic Affairs.
Mayad haaldaw inyo alan, the Office of the Vice President for Academic Affairs would like to congratulate the Office of the Vice President for Research, Extension, and Innovations, particularly the Extension Unit, on the launch of the third season of the much-acclaimed extension program, Pag-ambitay daw ag kaulian. This program has been nothing short of exceptional, having garnered the much-coveted Gandingan Award of the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, connecting communities through radio and virtual platforms, inspiring change, and promoting lifelong learning. It's amazing how this program has evolved since the pandemic time until today and onwards. What makes this season even more special is our university's renewed focus on holistic mental health, particularly among our students, using a hybrid learning model incorporating on-site learning sessions. With face-to-face activities, the university aims to foster a sense of togetherness, creating opportunities for deeper connections and more meaningful learning experiences. By emphasizing holistic mental health in this season, we are sending a strong message that we care deeply about the mental well-being of our academic community. We are committed to providing resources and support where everyone is nourished not only academically, but also emotionally and mentally. I want to take this opportunity to invite all the stakeholders of Bukidnon State University to actively participate in this new season of Pag-ambitay daw ag kaulian. Your involvement is crucial as it is through collaboration and community engagement that we can truly make a difference. Whether you are a student, a teaching or a non-teaching personnel, a parent, or a member of the community, let us come together, learn from one another, and champion holistic mental health. Congratulations once again to the BukSU-dxBU Extension Unit headed by Dr. Jimalin Paulican for this remarkable initiative. Let's make this season the best one yet. Salamat tungkay.
Madakal salamat tungkay ta ikaw na paliman no sa Vice President for Academic Affairs tao, Ma'am Jo. Yan sa untol hadakan gayud puon pa diyan takalasungay Dr. Hazel Jean M. Abiewala. Daghang salamat kaayo Madam VPAA. Bueno mga higala, Ma'am Jo.
Yes, sir.
Ganina ta excited. Karong buntaga aduna tay bisita nga eksperto sa lokal nga pangagamhanan. ug usab ang may kalabutan sa bag-o pa lamang nga nahuman nga eleksyon. Dili lang sa basta-bastang eksperto kay gani sa ang usa ka opisyal nga mipadayon gikan sa ubos nga ranggo hangtod karon. Dili basta-basta Ma'am Jo tungod kay Regional Director sa Department of Interior and Local Government. Sa iyang mga tuig sa pagpanerbisyo, sa nakasaksi o nakaapil sa daghang mga hagit o mga kalambuan o tingali apil ng mga hulga sa mga eleksyon no, sa atong mga barangay o SK elections.
Sakto ka na, Sir Enz, no? And daghan sa ato siguro ang mahibulong kung unsag gyud ang mahitabo human sa atong barangay ug SK elections apil na usab ako ana. Ug kinsa pa ba ang labing angay nga magsulti, no? Mahitungod niini kun dili ang usa ka tawo nga adunay dugay na nga kaagi sa local governance.
Karon, kita magpatalinghog og makigkukabildo. Grabe na gid nga mga
Nga mga
terminolohiya.
terms.
Sa iyang kaalam o kamatnganan or expertise. Ladies and gentlemen, sa walay paglangan, we are truly proud to introduce no less than the Regional Director of the Department of Interior and Local Government Region 10, an authority in local governance. Ladies and gentlemen, Regional Director Wilhelm M. Suyko, CESO 4. Sir, maayong buntag, madagway hamasalom ta ikaw.
Maayong buntag, Director.
Maayong buntag, Joanna and Enzo, and to all the listeners, masugid na taga-subaybay ng anyong himpilan, ang DXBU.
Salamat
Isa
kayo,
kong
sir.
karangalan na ako po ay naimbitihan dito sa inyong palatuntunan.
Yes, sir. Dili gyud basta-basta manggod ang ato ang mga listeners kinahanglan sa bing usa ka magiitan usab no nga ato ang speaker. Sir, this is only and listeners usa lamang kini ka oras nga ato ang paghisgot. No kay ato man nahisgutan sa kaniadto last week ang ato ang elections no. Karon we will talk about the post elections unsa ang panghunahuna sa ato mga estudyante, sa ato magtutudlo og mga tigpaminaw ug aduna sad kami gipreparar nga mga pipila ka mga pangutana director.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sakto ka na, Sir Enzo, no? Sa dili pa kita magsugod sa una nato nga pangutana, Sir Enz, basig adunay gusto pa nga i-greet si Director, no? Before nato siya interviewhon. Director, basin aduna kay mga greetings diha?
Ay, binabati ko po ang ating po mga nanalong mga opisyal ng Sangguniang Kabataan at ang ating po mga barangay. Sa ating po mga barangay at mga punong barangay, Barangay Kagawad, SK Kagawad, pati nating mga SK Chairman.
Thank you very much.
Salamat, sir. We are here not just to talk, but also to share, learn, and heal together. And I'm happy, Ma'am Jo, that we are amongst part of this program since the beginning, no?
That's
Since the
right.
start of the program. Remember, you can join us, ladies and gentlemen, especially sa ato mga listeners or mga FB viewers. You can also join the conversation using our official hashtag, share to heal goes blended on social media. Alright, bueno mga higala, ato ng pagasugdan. Our first question nato, Director, no? Tungod kay in the context of our recently concluded barangay and SK elections, natin gitawag kang kining post-processing no? Sa ato ang labi na sa ato mga officials. This entails in terms of specific activities, particularly those that involve guiding and training the newly elected officials. Sir, when is the usual schedule for these trainings? And could you shed light, labi na sa katong dili kaayo inclined no? Into barangay and SK elections? O unsa ang role gyud sa DILG on this?
Daghang salamat, Enzo, sa pangutana. Well, after the election and taking of all newly elected officials, or in short, NEO, NEOs, they must undergo the so-called Barangay Newly Elected Officials Program, BNEO-P. So ano po itong BNEO? Generally, ang BNEO ay usa ka programa sa DILG nga pinaagi o under the auspices of the Local Government Academy nga mag-prepare sa atong newly elected officials sa barangay o sangguniang barangay, kabataan to fulfill their tasks and responsibilities as leaders of the community. The Local Government Academy, or LGA in short, is the training arm of the department. Dire ang among mga organic personnel na nag-train, they are given the capacitated, ginaginaw mo lang tawag naman na CAPDEV, Capacity Development, our local officials are enrolled here. So this is the prestigious institution of the department, the Local Government Academy. Una, i-ensure sa BINEO program ang smooth transition sa atong mga NEOs, newly elected officials. Ano pong ibig sabihin nito? Una, ang pag-facilitate ng isa ka smooth transition of powers and authorities from the outgoing to the incoming barangay officials. Actually, the department issued December 2023 DASA 047, which mandates the creation of the barangay and SK inventory team and the city or municipal assessment and turnover team. Ang memorandum circular gi-mandato ng atong incumbent barangay and SK officials, or in short, BSKOs, nga mag-conduct og inventory sa tanang government properties. Unsa man ang mga government properties? Buildings, furnitures, vehicles, ug ubang pa, camera, cellphones, under custody. Og i-turn over kini sa tanang incoming barangay SK officials not later than November 20, not later on sa petsa karon, no? 23.
November 8 na karon.
Na. So, basically, ang pinakauna gyud aning BINEO program kay ang leadership turnover. So, before the turnover of the properties, initially, na turnover of the outgoing officials to the incoming. Pagkahuman sa turnover, dili mo sulod ang orientation on barangay governance and administrations. Administration rather. Kini ang mga ginatawag natong duties nila. Turnover, ang ilang powers, turnover, functions and responsibilities. Then, orientation po sa various programs like the BukSU o Violence Against Women and Children, the KP o the Katarungang Pambarangay or the Justice System at the barangay level, the SGLG or the Seal of Good Local Governance at the barangay levels. Meron na natay giningong na barangay Seal of Good Local Governance. Then the climate change and disasters preparation or response, among others. Ikalawa, dili pod pagatudloan ng atong mga barangay officials unsaon paghimo og barangay agenda. Agenda ba your plan of governance or administration for the next for your term, for the term of the set of newly elected barangay and SK officials. So after the basic orientation programs, atong i-develop og ayo ang kapasidad o CAPDEV, no? Kapasidad sa atong mga NEOs pinagi sa specialized courses. These courses were made available to further capacitate our barangay officials and functionaries, basically skills enhancement. Okay? Sunod din, we look forward to better governance through coordination and partnership. We join barangays to coordinate and promote volunteerism between barangay government and CSOs. CSOs are civil society organization. So this is the trend now, no? With the Constitution provides mandates the role of the civil society organizations in local governance. So they are a very important partner in local governance and administrations, the civil society organizations. So the officials should maximize this opportunity and this mandate under the Constitution. So lastly, we enhance the performances. Dili na dayon mosulod ang pag-institutionalize sa Barangay Seal of Good Local Governance that we have mentioned earlier. nationwide, where the DILG gives due recognition and rewards and incentives to outstanding barangays that utilize innovative and replicable programs. Dili lang kung mag-beauty contest sa level sa barangay, mag-tour, maglakbay aral, magwagawa ng basketball court, maulang. So we should think outside our box, some innovative practices so that we will eventually be our barangays, with the help of course of the Sangguniang Kabataan, would earn the coveted Barangay Seal of Good Local Governance.
Sir, that's murag para nako as a public ed professor, more that encapsulates no, Ma'am Jo, ang angay nato mahibalan karon. And we're happy, I'm very happy, Ma'am Jo, no, being a public ed professor myself, and at the same time, isip usa ka tao nga gikan sa politikan nga pamilya. Sir, we are happy. Ang atong pangutana tingali farther, sir, is this a one-time package training alang sa atong mga barangay officials? Or aduna ba sila yung mga periodical series of trainings as mentioned earlier? Ubay-ubay to, sir, no? Nindot, mga gikan sa values formation, justice system to performance. O nasayod ta, sir, na pipila, a large portion. Aduna tayo more or less 600,000 more or less, no, ka mga barangay, newly barangay officials karon. So, sir, for how long and for how many times, for example, ang ato ang training ay ihatag sa ato mga barangay officials?
Professor Enzo.
Sir, just please call me Enzo. Please call me Enzo, sir.
No, it's nice to know that you are in the academy. You know, firstly, the elected SK officials should undergo the mandatory SK training. So that's before they can assume office, so they can perform fully their functions as newly elected officials. But the department, through the Local Government Academy and the National Youth Commission, actually, the National Youth Commission is now very active, no? Actually, behind ni karon sa trainings ngay pagabuhaton, no? With the assistance of local youth development officers sa mga local government units. They will be in coordination, the National Youth Commission and the Local Government Academy of the Department of the Interior and Local Government will be providing various trainings, no? Although they're not some are mandatory, some are open, depende sa interest sa atong mga local officials or Sangguniang Kabataan officials.
Alright. Sir, nalipay ko kay nag-mention ka sa mandatory training. Sir, I'm also happy, Ma'am Jo, tungod kay nahimo ko usa sa mga speakers, no? For the last 2 years, sir, particularly on parliamentary procedures. Pero sir, if I may present, sir, tungod kay medyo ang atong time tingali nga nahatag, sir, no? Murag 1 hour, 2 hours lang para sa usa ka dako kaayo nga topic. So usani siya kahagit, no? This is a challenge. And maybe another sa time allotment tingali, Ma'am Jo, it's ang kadaghan kaysa Bukidnon lang, for example, sir, no? Alang sa kasayuran sa atong katawan, 464 barangays. Sa Malaybalay, 464 barangay. So, sir, how do we have enough manpower in order to capacitate our barangay and SK officials?
Yeah. Actually, we have enough power, no? Because it is in coordination with the LYDO, so Local Youth Development Officers, and the NYC, National Youth Commission. And of course, we have experts and we stand by lecturers coming from the ILG. Ang ating po mga municipal local government operations officers ay sanay na sanay po dito sa ganitong mga sa larangan ng ganito, Professor Enzo.
I see. No, that's really good to hear, no, nga daghan gid kaayo. Sir, tingali it's ingon pa nila, Ma'am Jo, sir, director, it is very difficult to become a star. Meaning it's very difficult nowadays. Usahay gani nako naibalan nga 50 kapin ang midagan pagkakagawad. Yang pilion pitura. Sir, ingon pa nila, it is even more difficult to sustain, to be in the barangay nga adunay igo nga kapasidad. So aduna ba tay mga monitoring schemes or mechanisms, no? Nga kung diin kaning capacity development nga atong gahimuon sa atong mga officials, mahimo nga malungtaron dili lang sa kausa kun dili for the next 2 years kay 2 years naman sila ang karon nga termino.
Yeah, we don't have the power to castigate these people if they are not doing their assignments or their mandates as elected officials. Actually, ang makastigo dito ay ang mga taong bumoto sa kanila. So, yeah,
That's
why
a good point.
they elect this kind of people or leaders, no? So of course, we do some monitoring. Of course, we need this kind of the good performances, stars, as you mentioned, so that in other aspects of the government ay pwede silang bigyan ng ayuda because of their good performance of their rating. Pwede silang maging candidates sa seal of Barangay Good Local Governance. Things like those. We cannot really, they are independent body, we cannot really dictate on them what to do, basta they know that they run, they know what are their responsibilities.
I see. So tingali na-mention sa director kaganina, hagit sad ni dili lamang sa DILG, no? We cannot put all to the arms of the DILG kay daghan sa dilag mandato. Aduna tay mga civil society organizations, aduna tay mga city government, aduna tay mga Ma'am Jo, mga civil society organizations nga pwede makatabang usab sa pagcapacitate sa ato ang mga officials. Director, dito mo kung if I may proceed to my next question, imo namang na-mention kaganina ang turnover ceremonies. And I believe that this is very critical. To me, this is very crucial, no? Kay labi na, although I understand, Director, that barangay elections is non-partisan. Pero nagrupo-grupo
yes, of
na
course. That's why they're not allowed to carry the party of their sponsors, no?
And they call it... go ahead.
They're just wearing colors, no?
Yeah, right.
Ula, yellow, no? Up to there lang, no? To identify their groupings.
So ang akong nakita namo, Director, it's that maybe no sa pipila ka mga barangay, there might be, Ma'am Jo, difficulty on the turnover, especially tingali basin og ang old og ang newly elected officials belonging to different parties. Ang pangutana, Director, unsa kaha ang angay nato, no, nga i-prohibit maayo ni kadaghan mga officials karon ka paminaw. What should be prohibited? What act should be prohibited, no, by our newly and our old elected officials as well in the process, no, of the turnover ceremonies?
Well, prohibited. Wala man siguro prohibited, but they're of course to be encouraged to be transparent in their turnover ceremony, sa pag-turnover sa inventories, no, the facilities, the equipment and other things of the properties of the outgoing officials to the incoming officials. So far, I can't get any provision during the turnover. Wala naman siguro if they just for delicadezza's sake lang siguro, they should not identify themselves with their sponsors or their mga ninong-ninang sa political parties.
Thank you for that note. That's very important, Director, no. Gani, apart from those mentioned by Director, importante po, Director, ang mga significant ng mga documents and files, no? Especially those that also pertain to mga kwarta, no, ang nabili na kwarta sa gobyerno.
Enso, Joanna, basta even if the punong barangay or is not around during the turnover, he can send somebody to represent him in writing who can sign the documents of turnover.
Alright, so that's it. So atong igi-aghat, no, ang tanan nga mga opisyales, and of course this is also a public knowledge. Dapat nakatuon sa kung dapat November 20
na turnover na
turnover matud pa niya para musugod no dayon ang atuang November 30 ba ang sugod nila sa newly elected director?
They will
they will start
SK or
the barangay
officials may know, as long as they have taken their oath of office, they're officially have assumed, started their term of office. Of course, gi-encourage lang sila, gimandahan lang sila na i-facilitate dayon ang turnover sa facilities. That there are katong nakasabot o siguro they're not really is so excited or not to rock the boat, they don't assume yet, no? After they have taken their oath, wala pa sila naglingkod because they would wait kung ma-turn over tanan ang mga properties to give time also to the outgoing para makaginhawa po ng outgoing officials. Dili sila dali-dali. But there are cases, no? But they have reasons of their own why they are really keen on assuming right way.
All right, that's good. And maybe one significant note, Director, nga tingali gi-emphasize ko gid nino kay medyo init manggod ang atong elections. Na gali kabalo man gid ka Director tingali nga ni abot sa imong opisina nga naa nay mga dalan nga gipangsiradaan kay napildi si kagato. Na ay unsa pa gito naa gani mga cases nga gipatay. I will not mention no barangay, but this is public knowledge.
Yes.
Init ang ato ang I don't know unsay naa karon Director ang honorarium ba and all no nganong mas daghan man ang mas nilansad no sa pagkapolitiko nga naaraman sila sa well everybody is given the chance no to become politicians. One significant note and question, Director, necessary ba gyud nga ang ato ang DALG or any representative should be present during the turnover ceremonies or the officials themselves will suffice?
Okay, it's mandatory for our field officers to be there, to be present, not only to witness but also para their presence will actually lessen the tension pag naa sila dito during the turnover.
I see. All right. So to all our barangay officials, we know that kinahanglan gyud nga adunay mediator, no? Adunay naay mo saksi mo witness gikan sa ato ang DALG. For now, Director, those are just my questions and maybe I will come back later. Akong ihatag ang trono sa ako ang guwapa nga ako ang partner, Ma'am Joanna. Go ahead.
Daghang salamat Sir Enzo and daghan usab salamat kaayo Director sa pagdetalya kanamo on post-processing mechanism and monitoring mechanism. Karon moadto ako sa akong mga pangutana Director on the challenges nga often nga ka-encounter sa DILG no during post-processing of the barangay and SK elections. And how are these resolved, Director?
Challenges like during the turnover. Ano mo to? Ito, we can hear over the radio sa we are monitoring mga turnovers nga dili magpakita ang outgoing. Ang incoming pod. There's one case nga gikuha ang mga even wala pa proper turnover because they lack understanding, no? Siguro sa bugso ng damdamin kinuha yung mga susi, pinalabas yung mga sitting officials, they accommodate literally commandered the barangay halls, ganon. So these are some of those challenges that we face, and of course, we also facing challenges in itong timeline, no? Timeline po. So dapat po ating pong konting sacrifice sa DILG, sa ating po mga local officials, sa ating po mga kabataan. Give your time for this smooth transition. Yun po, yung smooth transition lang po ang ating challenge.
Daghang salamat, Director. Karon ato usang hisgutan ang SGLG or Seal of Good Local Governments. Una na kininimong nahisgutan or nahisgutan na kininimo gamay kaganina. And I think ato mga barangay officials are also interested to know, Director. Aduna ba'y plano ang Region 10 DILG sa pagprepara sa ato mga barangay aron sa pag-apply ni ining SGLG Award or unsa ba kadtong mga lakang nga atong pagabuhaton sa DILG aron mutaas ang percentage sa mga barangay nga ma-eligible ni ini nga award, Director?
Well, ang bottom line diha ay good governance, clean governance, no? Clean good public money spending, utilization of public funds, environmental protection, peace and order, among others. So these are the parameters nga they know our elected officials, especially our dito po sa taas, sa mga municipal and city mayors natin, and of course all the department heads know about the requirements to be able to be eligible in the seal of good local governance. Same as true with the barangays, ganun po. Para bang ang barangay ay mirror po ng municipal and city local government and provincial local government units in good governance.
Daghang salamat, Director. Aduda ka pa ba yung mga follow-up questions, Sir Enz?
Yeah, murag kaning na-mention magud ni ang SJLG. So if I may just share, no, I'm also happy that nahimo ko usa sa mga members sa regional assessment team, no, sa atong SJLG usab sa Bukidnon. So nalipay sad ko, sir. I'm really very engaged, no? With the DILG, sir, and I'm happy with the opportunity to become part.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your time, and po wala kayo, hindi kayo binayaran niyan. I know you have contributed your time and efforts.
Pero nalipay mi, sir, tungod kay this is also our joy, no, to be serving our province. Sir, nakita namo, sir, although bag-o pa man gud ang barangay nga SJLG, pero medyo gamay ra gud ang nakalusot, particularmente dinhi sa Balay-Balay ug sa Bukidnon. I don't know, sir, kung ang Region 10 aduna bay plano, for example, on how to increase the percentage. Aduna ba tayong mechanisms, no, nga assistance baka ha, or any plans for that matter to increase the percentage of our barangays to become awardees of the SJLG?
Yeah, ito ay ano yan and so parang self initiatives, no monetary or any assistance coming from the national government. Otherwise they would not be part of the initiative of the local government units. Local government unit, they also speak of the barangay as a local government unit. So magsumikap, at this point meron po tayong mga winners, no, including sa SGLG, pero hindi po natin siya pwedeng i-announce for now, no. May time po tayo. Bukidnon is meron din silang share ng mga nanalo po ng SGLG. Well, siguro pag ako po ay isang SK chair o isang punong barangay, pag when it comes to barangay seal of good local governance, ako po ay may inggit sa kapwa ko barangay kapitan.
Right.
Kung ako po ay hindi po nagkaroon ng ganung recognition or award. So magsusumikap po kami. Magsusumikap ako na mapantayan yung kapwa ko barangay o kapitan.
Alright. Dako to nga challenge ni Director Ma'am Jo. And I believe ang atong mga barangay officials karon og SK, dagantag mga estudyante nga mga SK officials, no? So this is a challenge to all of you. Kung baga, murag once you get the SJLG award, murag that determines that indeed you did your part, you did your job, even beyond the minimum standard. So atong hagit, no, sa atong mga barangay officials o SK officials, aim, no, nga atong makabot gyud ang atoang SJLG. Right. So, Ma'am Jo, ang atong sunod nga segment.
Yes, that's Share to Care, Sir Enz.
Alright. So, kiniusa ka espesyal nga bahin sa atong programa diin ang mga estudyante gikan sa Bukidnon State University makahatag sa ilang mga pangutana o kabalaka.
Yes, ug para sa atong Share to Care karon, atong giimbitahan si Miss Rob Mary Chris Agnes V. Candano. Usa kini siya ka extensionist gikan sa College of Technologies. So siya miadto og mi-interview sa atong mga estudyante gikan diha sa atong university. Ma'am Rob, please come in.
Maayong buntag, Director Wilhelm and Suyko, ug sa tanang tigpaminaw sa pag-ambitay daw ang kaulian Share to Heal. Daghang salamat, Director, sa tanang impormasyon ug pagtulunan na imuhang giambit kanamo karong adlaw. Ug karon, Director, na akabing pipila ka mga pangutana kalabot sa post-processing of barangay and SK elections. Mao kini ang unang pangutana.
A recent report from the national news outlet highlighted the honoraria and benefits provided to barangay and sangguniang kabataan officials. It came as a shock to many that the honoraria could be as low as 1,000 per month. Is it feasible to raise the honoraria of these officials in order to prevent them from engaging in corrupt practices?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Actually, dapat yung honoraria ay hindi bababa po sa 1,000 pesos. No? But in some cases, depende po sa capacity ng ating LGU, kung high income barangay siya or municipality, they can afford to give honoraria. Hindi lang honoraria, some other benefits na legal under budget laws and national. Pwede pong mag-increase, but we cannot legislate or put into guidelines that across the board ito po ay more than 1,000 pa ang gagawin. But maybe kasi tumataas na po yung price, so may yung mga prices of the commodities at saka yung pag-iikot natin. Maybe this is one aspect that our officials in the government in charge should realize that 1,000 pesos is no longer feasible sa mga ngayong panahon.
Alright. Salamat, Ana, nga tubag. Ma'am Jo, nahimo ba ka nga membro sa SK kaniadto?
Wala, good sir. Murag ikaw, rigid na, ang makarelate.
Director, no, makarelate na sad ko. I was once a member of the SK. Unya tingali, nahisgutan magud ang 1,000 peso honoraria. And I believe as of this time, I believe, ang SK chair gyud ang gadawat no being an ex-officio member to the barangay council. Sir, personal lang nimo nga pangunaw na tingali. Kay daghan magid mga SK officials ga paminaw karon director. Angayan ba, director, nga ang ato ang mga SK kagawat mudawat usab sa honorarium sama sa ilang SK chair?
Dapat siguro, Enzo, kung sila'y nagtatrabaho.
Kung nagtrabaho.
Dapat mo sa ato pa in a negative way of saying also, Ma'am Jo, dapat dili sa dong tagaan og honorarium kaning mga barangay official ug SK nga dili ga trabaho. Correct ba ko, director? Nga supposed to be ang honorarium ga ihatag lamang ka na once naka-appeal ka og session. Kay ang isa sa pinaka-importante gyud nga duty of a barangay official should be his attendance to the session. Sakto, director, no?
Correct ka dyan, Enzo.
I see.
So when you are absent without valid reason siguro, you may not be entitled to receive the honorarium.
I see. And dili lang tingali presensya, Ma'am Jo, Director, dapat aduna say output sama sa imong ingon, resolution, ordinansa, programa o uban pang aktibidades nga nakabase sa ilang plano. Ma'am Jo?
Yes, so muadto na kita sa ikaduha ug ikatulo nga question paghihapon gikan sa atong mga estudyante.
The Commission on Election wants a one-week transition period for the newly elected barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan officials to prevent any monetary accountabilities from incumbent officials. The transition period seems quite brief. How is it going on the ground? How the newly elected officials effectively manage the transition within this short time frame?
Ug maora ka na, Director Wilhelm. Ako si Rosemary Candano, ang inyong social media researcher. Back to you, Sir Enzo and Ma'am Joanna.
Well, before sagutin ko na lang nung tanong ng ating pong youth. Of course, as early as March this year, the department has already issued a memorandum, I think it's 047, on the guidance to conduct inventory and turnover of barangay and SK properties. So from March, napakalaki na pong leeway na po ang nabigay natin. So for our barangay officials and SK officials, sana ay napagtuunan po nila iyon. Hindi yung ngayon sila matataranta na sabihin nila na kulang ang panahon. It is noteworthy that we have given our BSKOs ample time to prepare and conduct these inventories and assessments para pagdating ng election, pagdating ng rainy days, and after election, hindi na mahirapan ang ating BSKOs sa transition phase nila.
I see. Thank you for that, Director. And maybe just a follow-up question, Director, no? With all these questions from the students, for example, sa inyohang opisina o imong kadugayon, no, sa imong expertise in the DILG Director, what have really been the challenges in your office over supervising these barangay officials and SKs?
Yeah, ang challenges namin ay wala kaming power to castigate them. We just continue teaching, advocating, actually. Nasa tao po yung paggagawa at talima po sa mandato na ginagawa na. This has been a continuing challenge for us. Facing the elected officials, but not really worthy of their positions.
I see. Now, having said that, if I may further challenge the question, Ma'am Jo, no? So, Director, on the other hand, unsay inyong nakita, Director, nga pinakahagit og hulga gyud sa mga pipila ka mga officials, general tingali. Kato akong question ganina on your part man to. Ang nakita ninyo nga mga hagit og hulga sa atong mga officials nga angay nga timan-an tingali sa atong mga bag-o nga mga elected officials.
In terms of, and so, in what terms? Usually, marami po yan. Peace and order, security, something like that.
I see. Pagyod, sa ato mga barangay officials, nga angay tingali bag-ohon, angay nga timan-an sa mga bag-o nga mga mulingkod.
Siguro, of course, nasa kanila, before they entered into the battle or into being a public officials, they know actually what they should be doing or to be doing. But the challenge is actually in the population, the voting population, and so how really to elect leaders that are worthy of their positions. Ang challenge din ay yun, how can we convince people to vote worthy public servants?
That's deep. Long to siya, sir. Unya kami murag nindot to researchable. Researchable, no? Kay ang output na nato imuhang question, sir, eventually will become probably an extension project. But all right, sir, we have learned, we have heard so many good points from Director Suyko this morning, Ma'am Jo. And maybe basig naapay gusto si Director Suyko, sir, that ends our question actually. Nindot pa kayo engage kay sama sa ko ingon, Ma'am Jo. Music gilagining politikas ako ano.
Yes, kabalo gyud mi ana, Sir Enzo. And we also thank gyud Director Wilhelm M. Suyko for giving us the time, no, para mahimo nato siyang guest para karong atong episode sa Share to Heal. Salamat kaayo ni anang mga detalye kaayo nga mga answers, Director. And again, we really appreciate your time with us today. Siguro pangayuan nato og final message si Director before nato siya buhian. Any final messages, final parting message, Director?
Joanna, thank you very much. Firstly, I would like to thank kayo, Joanna, Enzo, the Bukidnon State University, itong inyong himpilan, the youth and others who are listening to us. I was also a former student leader, naging leftist din ako, naging rightist. So, this is my advice sa ating mga kabataan. Just be guided with the saying that the noisiest wheel gets the oil. The noisiest wheel gets the oil. Pag ikaw kariton, may 2 gulong o 4 na gulong, yung pinakamaingay na gulong, lagyan mo ng langis para meaning to say, napapansin yung maingay.
Right.
So para ka mapansin ng ating pong pamahalaan at ng ating pong mga kababayan, mag-ingay po tayo, magsalita at magtrabaho. Maraming salamat po sa ating lahat.
Director Wilhelm M. Suyko, CESO for, nadunggan ba to? Na-catch ba to? Director Wilhelm M. Suyko, CESO for. Sir, thank you very much. This is just a smooth conversation.
Right.
No? Pero murag kulangan pa kayo mi sa imong time, sir. We have learned so much from you. No? Thank you very much for this engaging time with you. Sir, mabuhay ka. God bless you po.
Mabuhay rin kayo.
Thank you very much, Director Wilhelm M. Suyko, for your time with us here in Share to Heal. O karon,